so I got this template. The problem I have is the gasket doesn't quite match the turbo, and it doesn't match the exhaust very well. So I made a couple of them off of the turbo itself, and I'm having to, I've got the rough shape here. I made this template, put my sputter in my drill. I don't have the exact size. I mean, this is 1/2" stainless, so I've got a really good bit here that it's 1 1/8". This is actually 1 7/8". So I'm having to do 3 holes. The good news is sometimes you get this stainless, man, and it's impossible to freaking drill. It's work hardened. I just put a bit into this thing, and it's just coiling up, bringing out stainless like crazy. So knock on wood, pray to God that the rest of it's this way, because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to mill this out very easily without destroying a bunch of bits and stuff, because this is a little bit too thick for what I'm doing. It just was what I was able to get a hold of. So I'm hoping when I drill those 3 holes, I'm gonna do them all gradually, keep moving it around so they all come through it about the same time without like screwing each other up, because they're so close together. They'll be overlapping. As long as I get it close, I can get it the rest of the way out, and then run my mill in here to get it to where I want it to be. But if this stuff's hard, I mean, it's almost impossible for me. So this is a good sign. Let's just pray that it continues to go this way. One thing too, guys, these are all the templates I used to make that flange. This is just the old school, like rub it on there with your hands being dirty. Then I also I put out a short video on how to do these templates too, with some die chem and just like making an impression of the flange or whatever part you're trying to copy. This works pretty well. It's really, I would say as accurate or more accurate than this. I mean, look at how tight that is on there. Anyway, check that short video out. Okay, so I got the holes drilled for the flange before I made them any bigger. I wanted to check the fit before I tried to spend a bunch of time milling out the middle of it. So here's the flange. It's going to get contoured and of course opened up, but this guy, he goes around me pretty quick. So I thought, you know what, maybe if I left this plate just like this, might slow this thing down a little bit. That or put some lead in the frame. Well, you don't know, you won't know. Okay, so I'm trying to take some material out of here to get this flange down to size, because it's too heavy the size it is, and it just won't look right. But so I was able to cut these on the end because my clamp will go this way, but I really don't have a good way of holding the part without going to a bunch of setup and get to these sides. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna temporarily weld it to this thing, which will fit into my vise, and then I'll be able to get down and cut that material out. Then it's gonna be a lot of end mill and some sanding and polishing after that. Okay, keep chipping away at this thing. I milled some areas out while it was welded onto that fixture. And then now since I can't do anything else really with the mill, these things get too complicated for my skill set and that mill that I have. So I'm just taking out as much material as I can. And then it's gonna be some sanding and get in here with a little round sanding wheel and just see what we can do to get it smoothed out and make it look good. So I think it's gonna come in. Flange construction was not without its casualties. One of my angular cutters here, the one I was using to take a lot of the material out of the sides, I think what happened is I got in a hurry and it hooked onto the material a little too quick. I should have just came in slower, and it broke this sucker like big time. This, believe it or not, in probably the, man, it's been maybe 10 years I've had that mill. This is the first tool that I've ever snapped. I've broken little tips off of stuff, you know, but I've never snapped a tool on it. I'm probably too cautious with it, but yep, this thing is a goner. I'm gonna have to replace that one. Okay, we got this thing roughed out pretty good. Bolts up good. Looks really meaty on there compared to the other one. But got our pocket back there. And I'm working these radiuses around here to make it, try to blend it in a little bit with the turbo edge, but it's going to be a little bit more meat around it, just because the other one was really thin there. But I think once I get this thing smoothed out, man, this thing's going to look pretty sweet. Then I'll have a nice base to start welding on the pipe. I kind of wanted this a little bit thicker just because stainless, it just likes to pull and distort so bad. I thought, well, if I got a 1/2 inch piece, it's got a little bit more base to it and it's less likely to pull up on me, and it'll stay flatter. So anyway, I cut a whole bunch of weight out of it. It's not too bad. So anyway, so smooth this thing out, and then we gotta start working on the actual exhaust pipe. Okay guys, call this step one. I've got the flange completed, 1/2 inch stainless, and it's got the pocket in there for the blow off, and it's all cleaned up. It looks freaking awesome, man. Fits like perfectly. And you know, you can't make money doing this stuff, that's for damn sure. You know, I've been tracking my time on this just to see like what I really have in these projects. I generally try not to think about it because it doesn't make any damn sense. You got to do it because you want to, or because you really enjoy it. And it's pretty cool when you do something for somebody and it turns out really cool and they like it. Anyway, this part, if I add up all my time, 11 hours. Believe it or not, 11 hours in this part right here. And I've got tools, man. I mean, I got a friggin' mill over here. I got sanders, grinders, and all kinds of stuff, man. You know, I don't have a CNC, of course. That would probably taken 15 minutes, but when you're doing this by hand and it's one-off, it's not easy. But it at least turned out. Now, we haven't welded a pipe onto this thing yet, but I'm pretty damn happy with it. I'll sit in my bed tonight and just think about how this part looks. I just think it's cool, so I hope the welding job that gets done on it by me turns out as nice as this thing did. But yeah, 11 friggin' hours, guys. People don't believe you when you tell them this stuff, but it really did take 11 hours. Peace out.